Guys, and welcome back. So in this demon entity vid that I'll be sharing with you guys, it's on Agrat but Mahlat. I'll be sharing a sigil, an invocation, how to get in touch with you, and why you might want to reach out to her, some of her attributes. Okay, so firstly off the bat, she is predominantly for women. Some guys, if you're really strong in your practices, can work with a petitioner. Okay, so it's good for anyone to watch and learn, because sometimes you might be attacked by this entity's energy if someone petitions and so forth. Okay, so you can also have a listen, but it is mainly for females. um, let's start with a sigil. Okay, so, and again, I draw it bigger for you guys, so just check it out on here, but you don't draw it that big on your petition. On your petition, remember, you're gonna have it. This is for your initial invocation. You will put the N on top there, which I'll show you now, and you'll draw the sigil here, but a lot smaller. Okay, so N, which I like to do in capital letters on top, is Enla Agra Onka Anai. Enla Agra Onka Anai. So her candles, you can use either two of each of these colors, one black and one red, or purple. You can use in between one of those colors, or you can use all three. Okay, embalm that with eucalyptus oil. Make sure each candle is scribed with the name on it, and they are all placed together, whether there are three or two of them you're using. Okay, and next to that is where I like to place the offerings, and on the other side, your written petition. Which, keep in mind, this is an initial invocation, so it's always words of welcome and of entity into your home and presence, not yourself. That's a whole other story. Um, Giving their name and their presence praise along with welcoming them in. Okay, so it's like your first introduction, and you can briefly introduce yourself and that you seek relationship. Okay, and thereafter, if you need further work into that, then you can start further works, but this is the first step. Unless you want the spell done with her, then I do the spell with her for you, and then you can bypass all that, because then I teach you a thank you invocation to do. So for those who don't know, before I carry on with this teaching, I am obviously predominantly a spellcaster. I offer one-on-one consultations where we can chat about any situation you might be experiencing in life. You want to learn more about yourself, your higher self, your purpose. You need a divination, tarot reading. You want to speak magic, entity. You want to learn about anything that I basically chat about on this channel. You know, you need a spell. Hit me up, guys. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to guide you. Okay. So our offerings is preferably red wine, a nice glass of red wine, and abundance around that area of fruits and incense, any incense, okay, but an abundance of it. Her characteristics, very similar to Lilith, not as powerful as Lilith, but again, remember, they have their own characteristics and preferences and like ways and mannerisms. So if you're reaching out to Lilith, for example, for help, and she doesn't respond to you, perhaps Agrat will. So because she's very similar in nature and power, okay, just not as powerful, but still powerful. So she's also feminine divine, like supreme feminine divine powers, which is why she is good for females to work with if you want to. Um, Her order, so you got to be careful and know what you're doing. And that's I'd like to teach you guys one-on-one when you hit me up for consultations, because the more you know, the better. Her order is that of chaos and lust. Does not mean she's gonna harm you, because the order is of chaos. She just has an order of chaos and lust. But when you are at that stage to work with her, she's actually very willing to teach and enhance your spell work and magical practices and knowledge. So that's a bonus, okay? Also great to meditate with, for specifically on astral projection and attracting men, those two aspects. Obviously she's rebellious in nature, so but that's good to keep in mind. So with regarding spells for energy and order, if you need any of these type of spells, these are one of the entities I would recommend. Okay, if you're a female and you've been scorned or hurt or wronged by a man, and you want him to suffer, but whether it's in the form of a hex or a curse or whatever your intent is in there, to just hit him back with what he hit you with, tenfold, 100-fold. She's one of the great ones for females to work with. I would do the spell for you if you need it, and she would curse or hex this guy. Okay. Also for women, great for attracting men in the lustful manner. And if you want to, thereafter you can actually work on the relationship yourself. But if you want a certain man to lust for you, and that's how you pull him in at first, as such, she's one of the great ones to go to fill a man with lust for you. Anyway, guys, so if you appreciate the words, the information, the teaching, show the likes, guys, share the words. I appreciate them again. If you need any of my help or services, hit me up. I got your back, okay? Be good or not.